Hey, my GoPro overheated on me about 20 minutes ago, so you didn't get to see all the stuff that I went through, but it died on me right as I was pointing out the new queen. It went beep, 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 overheat, dead. So I got to figure out that guy and see if I can keep him from powering off like that. They're not supposed to. They're supposed to be built for outside, at least as far as I know. So far it's looking good. Most every nuke I've just went through in the last 20 minutes, and I'm going through them kind of fast now. I was going through them faster because I'm not videoing. Videoing slows me down. They're all queen right. And the coloration of the queens that I've been seeing is kind of strange. They're dark, but they also have a little bit of gold, like gold squares, I guess would be the best thing to say. In one of my next videos, I'll show you what one of them queens look like. She's a queen. She looks good. And she looks healthy. And they're mated because I found some eggs. I'm not really hunting too bad for eggs because sometimes eggs are hard to see with my eyes. Sure, some out there can understand what I'm saying about how hard sometimes it is to see. But the queen, for me, is easier to spot, which is wild. Sometimes she's hard, but generally, queen's easier to spot in a nuke. She's much easier to see in a nuke, even when she's freshly mated and running everywhere. After a while, you get accustomed to seeing them, and your eyes just naturally go to where that queen is. Takes a long time. Sometimes you completely miss her. Most times I find her. I don't see a queen here, but these guys are calm. They're like happy bees. Like they got a purpose. And I wish my camera was working for that last nuke I went through, because that nuke would have proved me a liar, because sometimes they're loud and proud and sometimes they aren't. And that nuke was loud and proud, and that queen was in there and she was laying eggs and just as happy as could be. So sometimes they fool you. I haven't seen a queen. Where are you, queen? I expect this one to be gold, but watch them fool me and she's dark, because all the genetics in this hive are Italian. Everything in this hive. So if they have a queen, she'll be Italian. An Italian queen, which I don't mind. I don't like Italians because they do every Italian I've got has been mean as piss and vinegar. I mean, nothing but piss and vinegar. But these guys aren't exactly Italians, because the queen that mated and made these came from my stock, but she mated with an Italian, and then the egg or larva they chose to turn into the queen again, it had that Italian coloration and more Italian genetics, and it flew out and came back, so it's gold, and it must have made with some more Italians, and eventually there won't be any of my genetics in the yard I'm testing in. And I expect when that happens, or I suspect when that happens, either one, I kind of expect it, that whole yard turns into piss and vinegar, and I'm going to spend the whole year, a season, killing off them queens, splitting that whole yard down to nothing, and putting my genetics back in that yard. And they're loud, so I bet you they're not got a queen. Doesn't mean they don't. Ain't seen any eggs, and I ain't seen hide no hair of that queen. We'll hope. That's all we can do. All the other ones I just went through, they're looking good. Had one that really shocked me, and they shouldn't have brood already. Well, they have cat brood, so that must have been a swarm cell that I set down first. Need to keep better track of it, but I work a regular job. It's hard to keep track of everything. I'm like, take better notes. In the bee yard, trying to take notes on a piece of paper is a drag. I usually write on top of the lids, you know, but this year I was just, call it depression or what, call it what you will, but because there was crap for nectar coming in, and my bees were weak, and I was fighting to grow bees and grow nucs, and it just got depressing. It got real depressing really quick, so I gave up. It's like, screw it. So let me walk in the shade here. So most of them are queen, right? And I wish I could have took you all through them, but I would still be really behind. Trying to record and talk to the YouTube world and show you guys things as I go along, it slows you down a lot. Like in the time, it wasn't about 20 minutes. In the time I got off of that, turn this around. I went through all these remaining nucs, show the other two nucs over there, and then I went back over here to the nucs that are singles, and I went through all of those. Speed takes time. It takes time to get speed to go through stuff, and I don't know. Like my son helps me, and when he's helped me inspecting hives, he kind of slows me down a lot. I could do this whole yard in about an hour, but it's based on experience and what you know, what you're looking for. I'm gonna look through one more nuc. I'll take you all through it, so this video has a little more content. And this nuc, it was queen rank. One of them weaker queens, or weaker colonies I put down. I split it to nothing. And the way it's looking is this nuc's dead. I figured I'd show you guys a dead nuc maybe, and that way everybody understand, hey, everybody loses hives, including nucs. Let's see what it looks like. Wow, they're lying to me. Look at that. That's a lie, ain't it? They have no activity outside, really. One or two bees. I assumed they were dead. Look at this. A packed out nuc. I'm just as shocked as y'all. Which, every colony I go into, every time I do a video, I ain't been in them that day. I wait to do my video. I don't open anything too much until you guys see it. I want to be just as shocked as y'all. So, let's see what we got in here. I know there's a queen in this box, well, unless they killed her. They could have superseded her. I've kind of just left them alone because they were just weak as, well, let me be nice, but they were weak. They look better, but don't mean they got a queen. And she got some brood. They have a real nutrition deficit going on here. I'm gonna have to give them a gallon. A gallon. If they still got a queen. They might have killed her. There may be a queen cell in here. I might rip the queen cell apart by accident. You never know. Well, I see larvae, but boy, they ain't doing so hot. They have a nutrition deficit. There's a frame of brood. I haven't seen that queen yet. She should be marked. Oh, there she is. She's marked. And I guess my other queens are just fine too, because they all look like that, which is kind of weird to me. They should just be black or better. I guess she's a tiger stripe, but the other queens I've seen, their bands weren't as large. But these are Caucasians, and she's just meandering around. They do have some food, but seeing how that brood is and how there's not a lot of food around them, for me that makes me nervous, and I don't like being nervous. So what I'm going to do with these guys, I'm going to give them a gallon of feed, and I'm going to probably put a pollen patty on them. They're sitting in full sunlight. Pollen patties in full sunlight don't generally cause me a problem with the hive beetles. I mean, I do have a few hive beetles, but I'm not hive beetle to death. Generally because I use peppermint oil a lot. Sometimes I'll just use peppermint candy that's been made with peppermint oil, and I'll put one candy or one pad with peppermint oil on both sides of the hive. Maybe I'll make a video of that. I found that peppermint oil, for whatever reason, hive beetles don't like it, and it runs them right out the dang nuke. They're gone. When I put up, and I need to make a video on that.